Good evening, and thank you for joining us today. This is our presentation for recycling reform for Wayne State University. We're going to start with group introductions and our qualifications. Hi, my name is Hank. I am an environmental and civil engineering student here at Wayne State. I've completed 2 environmental engineering courses, Fluids and Introduction to Environmental Engineering, and I am also taking Integrated Waste Management, which is a very relevant course to this topic, which is about recycling and how we manage waste. I've also conducted environmental community events at Wayne State's Housing Department when I was a residential advisor. Millen is a computer science student here at Wayne State University. Millen has had an internship with DTE where he was a part of research and heading a volunteering service for the Detroit residential area. Schaefer is also a computer science student at Wayne State. He has had experience with researching with other university classes. Schaefer is also passionate about sustainability and Wayne State's efforts to help reduce environmental impact as a campus. Marco is a civil engineering student. Marco has taken microeconomics and environmental economics, engineering economics, my bad. As well as these classes, he has also completed high levels of mathematics. Stephanie is an environmental engineering student graduating in the fall. She was responsible for researching current practices at Wayne State University and identifying problems within the sustainability plan. Throughout her career, Stephanie has worked on various environmental work projects as an eco-design engineering intern at Fushiro Interior Systems to push for more use of plastic regrind from scrap parts. Stephanie has taken elective design classes such as environmental chemistry, energy emissions and environmental design, and integrated waste management. So here's our forecast for our presentation. I will be starting with the introduction, and then we will move on to research. Sustainability of other universities will be done by Millen, and Wayne State University sustainability initiatives will be done by Schaefer. Financial aspects will be done by Marco, and possible solutions and conclusion will be done by Stephanie. So, the importance of recycling. As a society, we consume a lot of products. Just think about how much plastic you've consumed in just one day. A good way to decrease our carbon footprint is to recycle our single-use plastics, which means we are saving materials from being buried under the earth, indefinitely in the landfill. How recycling currently works on campus. If you look on the photo on the slide, you will see this is how Wayne State's main recycling program is done. There's 2 bins. There's one that takes mixed recycling, one that takes paper, and then a trash can. So here's Wayne State's only paper advertisement that is posted around the campus. This was done about a year ago when they introduced new recycling bins. There's still some of these up. They were posted mainly around where they put in the new recycling bins. So our recycling program, according to this, consists of paper, cardboard, plastic, metal cans, and glass bottles. This advertisement is nice, as well as it doubles as an educational piece. So the issues with recycling, with this recycling program, is a lack of recycling bins throughout the campus. A lack of strategically placed recycling bins, a lack of education about sustainability and recycling, a lack of beneficial community recycling programs in addition to this recycling program like e-waste and batteries. Some of the possible solutions are accessibility, visibility, recycling education, entering the STARS program, and increasing funding through donations and expanding the sustainability office. These topics will be explained in more detail throughout the presentation.
Hi, my name is Milind Jani, and I was in charge of researching other universities' sustainability programs and the way they implement their programs. In my research, I concentrated more on universities who are doing better than Wayne State at their sustainability programs. For my research throughout this semester, I found 2 important aspects that Wayne State University can adopt and that will help improve its sustainability agenda. 2 initiatives that I found from researching other universities that will help Wayne State to achieve its goal of sustainability are adopting an evaluating tool for ongoing and future projects. The tool that I'm referring over here is STAR reporting, and by doing targeted ads about recycling and student awareness programs. This tracking and evaluating tool is used by a lot of universities across the nation and around the globe for their sustainability projects. During the span of this semester, we as a team tried to work with Wayne State University's Sustainability Office and tried to pursue them to start using programs like STAR. Over here, I'll take you to the website of this program. The website over here, the STAR actually says the Sustainability Tracking Assessment and Rating System. So this website actually, this rating tool actually helps all the universities to set target and input their information towards achieving that goal, and then the highly experienced staff of the STAR program or the program of AASHE will evaluate the standards or the goals that are set by the university, and they will evaluate and give the ratings to individual universities. And as you can see over here, they offer different categories. So if you are a gold member or a platinum member or a silver, so these are the ratings actually. So you will get a platinum if you achieve their highest ratings. If you achieve gold, you still are, and these are the numbers of universities who are gold aggregated, platinum aggregated, or silver, bronze, or a reporter. And this kind of programs actually will help keep checks and balances on the projects that are undertaken by universities. Now, as a base report, I actually selected University of Michigan's report that was created by this website, STAR. So as you can see over here, this is the whole report that was created by STAR website for Michigan's University of Michigan. And as you can see here, University of Michigan is a gold rated in their sustainability. Alright, so as you can see, the main topics here, there are institutional characteristics, academics, engagement, operation, and all those are the different main heading topics that you can say are that covers in their sustainability program. And the subtopics that this university like this STAR program actually covers are curriculum. Then you can see research, and under research they have different categories like research and scholarships. And if you scroll down here, the operations, there are subtopics of air and climate, buildings, energy, food and dining. And here we are going to take a look at food and dining further down. If we take a look at food and dining, you will see two different categories inside food and dining. One is sustainable dining and the one is food and beverage purchasing. So University of Michigan is actually completed the sustainable dining program. So if I go over here, you can see the score that was given to University of Michigan's dining program was 2 out of 2. But this score is actually decided by all the description that was written by the Senior Sustainability Rep Office of Campus Sustainability by University of Michigan. So all this information that was entered, those are the steps that University of Michigan took towards attaining their sustainable dining project. And if I go over here, this is a further more detail about how University of Michigan attained their sustainable dining project. As you can see over here in the ad, this is the targeted ad that I was talking about, how University of Michigan is targeting its audience to pursue them and getting into the sustainable programs and projects. This is another ad, the targeted ads that I was talking about that University of Michigan runs. And this ad they actually run in their campus 24/7 in their dining areas to target their audience of how to recycle their waste and how to recycle their food. I'm just going to play this ad right here real quick.
We make a lot of trash, and that's just in one day. Have you ever thought about where it all goes? Yep, most of it gets sent to a landfill, where it sits, and sits, and sits. But if we thought a little bit more about where we throw our garbage, we could change that.
So as you can see, this kind of advertisements actually help University of Michigan to actually not to give knowledge to their students and help them decompose their food. And as we can see, they're working with one area at a time to they're working in one area at a time to reach their final goal of a sustainable campus. And if we talk about the second agenda Wayne State Office of Sustainability should adopt is a targeted ads. As we saw the advertisements of spreading awareness, they use this targeted ads to make their students and faculty aware about recycling and saving food and other materials. I think we as a team have achieved the goal of our project, and we are very confident about what we found in researching about other universities' sustainability programs. My expectations from the Sustainability Office of Wayne State Universities is that they adopt points from our research and pick up tools and methods that we have suggested.
Hello,
Thank you.
I'm Schaefer Aude, and I was responsible for our group's research of the current state of sustainability at Wayne State University, including what has been accomplished, initiatives that are currently in progress, and the general state of awareness and engagement with the campus community. To get a sense of these things, I used several different research methods, and those methods also often informed and modified each other, including reviewing department documents, interviewing key personnel, attending a meeting of a relevant campus committee, and conducting a survey of stakeholders. The most important documents to our research were the Environmental Task Force Report from 2007 and the 2017 to 2022 Sustainability Strategic Plan. The Task Force Report gives some idea of what Wayne State accomplished early in their steps towards sustainability. These include energy efficiency in design, permanent funding has been established, Wayne State engages the community with seminars and workshops. Wayne State has begun collecting data on metrics like greenhouse gas emissions and energy consumption, and Wayne State has had a standing sustainability master plan since this report was issued. So these are all things described in the report that have been accomplished. There is also the Sustainability Strategic Plan in 2017. We can use this to get a sense of what Wayne State is currently working on and to try to assess this. As I said in the progress report previously, this plan had 6 major broad overarching goals. To try to evaluate those, I used one of what that plan established as 1-year benchmarks from each of those major goals. So I was able to interview Mr. Daryl Pearson, our school's sustainability officer. He's the only full-time employee of the school's sustainability office, so he's responsible for basically all of Wayne State's sustainability efforts. So he was able to help me understand those department documents more and tell me about what had been accomplished and what was in progress. So the 2007 plan is over 90% complete, and those accomplishments include various energy certification around campus buildings like LEED and Energy Star, as well as a lighting retrofit that ended up saving the school money and energy. Waste streams around campus have been assessed, and some transportation initiatives have been established, like the campus shuttle and the MOGO scooters, and the Sustainability Office has dedicated funding instead of having to partner with other projects. But Mr. Pearson feels that these are largely low-hanging fruit and basic accomplishments, and Wayne State now needs to move things to the next level as far as sustainability. Some of the current initiatives in progress include a sustainability directory that is supposed to go live online next year that will allow everyone in the community interested in sustainability efforts to coordinate. There's also coming a Green Warriors program for Wayne State students where there will be a small team who will be paid, and they will work on infrastructure projects around campus that increase sustainability. So talking to Mr. Pearson, I was able to somewhat evaluate those objective benchmarks from the 2017 to 2022 strategic plan. And here's just a overall rundown of those, and in general they are not quite as far along as they had hoped to be, but they are all in progress, and the greenhouse gas emissions in particular has made good progress. I also attended a meeting of the President's Standing Committee on Environmental Initiatives and made some observations there. For context, this was attended by Mr. Pearson, the Sustainability Officer, as well as representatives from Wayne State's Corporate Relations and Foundation Relations departments, Student Senate Representative, alumni, and a biology professor. They were hearing a presentation from the Center for Sustainability and Excellence, and they had some suggestions that seemed pertinent. While Wayne State already has done some efforts in stakeholder engagement and recording their metrics on things like emissions and waste, they could do a lot more, and these would be valuable. That was the takeaway. And like the metrics could be used for business purposes. There's an increasing interest generally in sustainability in business. Mr. Pearson expressed that the current plan is not responsive enough to changes in technology and environment and other contexts. So moving forward, plans should be more flexible. And it was also expressed at this meeting that there is potential for Wayne State to be something of a sustainability leader if we emphasize sustainability more than other peer institutions. Other colleges will look to Wayne State for guidance. I also attempted to take a survey of some of the relevant stakeholders. I used the other research to inform the content of the survey. I tried to write questions that might be able to assess the effectiveness and engagement of some of the things that the Sustainability Office was trying to accomplish. Here's some context for that survey. It was mostly current Wayne State students. We had 31 responses, of which 26 were current students, 1 faculty, and the rest former students or alumni. While this is a small sample size, we can see some trends emerging that I think are useful. This shows that there is a lot of interest among the population pertaining to sustainability initiatives. However, this question shows that there is not a lot of engagement with that interest. So there is untapped potential there for Wayne State to get more traction for sustainability. I also tried to assess some of the objectives from the strategic plan. One of those was representing environmental issues in class curricula to increase awareness. And I did make a mistake in the wording of this question in not providing a nuanced enough response between a small amount and thoroughly, but this still shows that there's the students feel that there's a lot more opportunity for that sustainability content to be included. And I also tried to assess interest on campus in alternative transportation initiatives, since that's something the Sustainability Office would like to push further. And again, there is quite a bit of interest. So I think this shows a lot of potential. So overall, Wayne State has made a lot of progress, but there's also a lot of room and potential for much greater steps to be taken. And this could be supported, galvanized by all the interest that there seems to be among the community that is currently not being fully tapped by Wayne State. And if Wayne State does these things, they could potentially be a leader among academic institutions in sustainability, which could have numerous business payoffs. And now I'm going to turn it over to our next group member. Thank you.
Financial aspects. We have looked through Wayne State University's sustainability plan to review their spending and money allotted toward their goals, and we have concluded that their $132,000 proposed budget over 3 years is not enough to reach their proposed goals that are quite lofty and include reduction of greenhouse gas emissions by 25% of the 2014 levels, and implementation of other practices such as a on-campus recycling facility and composting. So as we can see, Wayne State has planned to allot 42% of their budget to personnel, 26% to annual programming, and 32% of their budget to operations. There always exists costs associated with implementation of solutions, whether they be upfront capital cost or opportunity cost. Here is the cost overview that we have made over some of the possible solutions we have examined and proposed. One of the solutions that we have evaluated financially is the STAR tool. The STAR tool is a sustainability tracking, assessment, and rating system, and we've determined that its $900 annual subscription fee is well worth the cost for its benefits of tracking and accountability that it holds for the current stakeholders of Wayne State University, that is the general public of Detroit and its students, to be able to hold Wayne State accountable for its progress towards its sustainability goals. We have also examined other possible solutions such as targeted ads related to sustainability, and we have concluded that it would not be very expensive to run ads, or it would not be very cost prohibitive to run these ads on current Wayne State social media outlets and or in Wayne State facilities such as the Student Center, the library, engineering building, to be able to inform students of the recycling options that we have on campus and to familiarize them with the operations we have in place for recycling. We've also examined the idea of implementing an urban forest system around Wayne State to meet Wayne State's goal of reducing greenhouse gas emissions. With an estimated investment of around $25,000, Wayne State would be able to plant 100 medium-sized trees that would absorb 5,000 pounds of CO2 a year. Another of the solutions that we have examined financially is the retrofitting of buildings, and such retrofitting could include remodeling Wayne State buildings or updating them to be more efficient and economically viable. That could be a series of improvements such as perhaps solar panels, wind power, or something such as a more efficient furnace or a lighting system. We have examined said proposition and believe that it would be well over Wayne State's current budget to attempt to retrofit all buildings to be more modern and more efficient, but we would believe that it is more than worth it because of the said benefits that would come from emission reductions and efficiency. Another of the aspects, the financial aspects that we have examined, is raising funds for sustainability solutions. The University of Illinois at Chicago has implemented a $6 sustainability fee, and we believe that if we were to implement said fee of $6 per semester, we would have more than an adequate amount of funding from our students to be able to use that money towards innovative solutions. That $6 fee assessed every semester on all of Wayne State's 27,000 students would generate approximately $324,000 of revenue that we would be able to use to improve our university's sustainability. And we as students believe that that $6 fee is more than worth it if it involves Wayne State improving its sustainability and improving its recycling system. And we believe that it would be more than worth it.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Villa, and I will be talking about possible solutions for our current sustainability plan here at Wayne State University. As previously mentioned, we have researched different institution policies and what they have done with their campuses and things that they have implemented there. We have studied what we have here at Wayne State currently. We've looked at the financial budgets and constraints that Wayne State currently has. And now we want to talk about what can Wayne State do. So we have proposed solutions that will improve sustainability here on campus. We believe that these can be achieved through 4 goals. One of them is increasing accessibility and visibility. Second, we will be addressing recycling education. And third, we will be adding the STARS tool to campus so that we know where Wayne State currently lies as far as their sustainability goals. And lastly, we will discuss briefly other solutions that might impact why Wayne State hasn't really gotten to where we feel like Wayne State should be at. So first I want to talk about accessibility and visibility here at Wayne State University. Our peers have mentioned that we haven't really been able to fully establish a recycling program here at Wayne State. A lot of people are unaware of where the recycling bins are at, and so we want to standardize kind of what this means. We want to make sure that every building has a recycling bin, and we want to make sure that if somebody asked us, for instance, hey, where is a recycling bin, or where can I recycle this can, I can have a definite answer like, hey, you can go to the first floor on the engineering building, and kind of give people that same So through our recycling program, we want to make sure that people are aware of what can and cannot be recycled. Part of this is very important because, for instance, there's a lot of contamination that happens with recyclable materials. A lot of greasy pizza boxes contaminate the fresh cardboard, and then it becomes unusable. So we want to make sure that our peers know what's going on with this. We also want to make sure that everyone knows that, plastic bags aren't recyclable, and basically educate our peers more on why we should recycle. Now, we talk a lot about, hitting these goals, but the end goal is that we need to reduce our waste. And there's no better way than to do that by making conscious efforts every day, such as not using plastic bottles, encouraging students to refill their water bottles at stations across campus. That way, one person, it might not make a difference, but when there's thousands of students, it can potentially make a huge difference. So we want to encourage people to do these things. Next, we're talking about the STARS tool, which is a sustainability tracking, assessment, and rating system. This tool is used by over 900 universities around the world, and here in the United States, we have about 500 that use this tool. And this tool is a very easy way to track our sustainability goals. We do not have nothing currently in place for Wayne State, so I believe that this is a great tool to kind of benchmark where we're at. And this will keep checks and balances on the projects that we have currently undertaken and what we can move forward with. I think that this is a great tool that Wayne State should implement. And other solutions that we have are increasing the personnel here at Wayne State that are in the Office of Sustainability. And by doing that, we've kind of came up with a plan to potentially have an internship program start here at Wayne State, or maybe create a work study position that will allow a student to work at the Office of Sustainability and also help themselves get money. Another idea we have thought about is reaching out to the Department of Engineering and letting this be a research-based position where we can come up with different ideas and get college credit for. Lastly, I want to talk about funding. Now, this is a challenge for all universities across the United States and all kinds of companies and industries because it all comes down to money. And so Wayne State currently doesn't have a lot of money coming through for these kinds of sustainability programs. One thing that the University of Illinois at Chicago has in place is a sustainability fee that they charge their current students, and it's about $6 per year. And I feel like Wayne State could probably bring something like this to campus, where it can maybe it can just be $2, a $2 difference, or maybe $3 per year, and that way we can get more funds to fund more of our programs here at Wayne State.